I'm back, and tonight I'm going to be doing another pinch of nom recipe. I am doing the minced beef hot pot. Obviously I'm not doing minced beef, so I'm following their recipe, but instead of beef I'm using vegetarian mince. But yeah, apart from that everything's the same. The only thing I will say is I normally swap out beef stock for vegetable stock, but Oxo are now doing meat-free beef flavoured stocks. So I'm going to be using a beef stock tonight. So we'll see how that turns out. They're quite good actually. So yeah, let's get started. Okay, so I have 400 grams of potatoes that I have peeled and sliced. It didn't say how thick, so I've gone for about a centimetre. So I put them in a bowl and covered with water, and we're going to put in the microwave for 5 minutes. And once that's done, we're then going to drain them and leave them until we're ready to make them. So I'll put these on. Okay, while we wait for the potatoes, I've got a large frying pan and I'm going to spray with some low-cal spray. I've got it on a medium heat. And I'm going to add half an onion, which has been finely diced. And we're going to saute them until they're soft, which generally takes about 5 minutes. Okay, once the onions have softened, we're going to add 250 grams of vegetarian mince. Now this is a frozen one, so the recipe says with normal mince to fry it off for about 5 minutes, and then add 2 carrots that have been diced. So because this is a little bit different, I generally cook it until it's defrosted and then add all your sauces in. So I will add the carrots in now because it shouldn't take more than 5 minutes. So yeah, I'll just cook this off until the mince has defrosted. Okay, so that just took a few minutes, and now we are going to add half a tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce, and then the recipe asks for half a teaspoon of red wine vinegar and a dash of balsamic vinegar. So I've only got balsamic vinegar, so I'm just going to add half a teaspoon of that. And then we are going to add a quarter of a teaspoon of dried thyme, and we're going to give this a mix through. And then we're going to add the stock. So the recipe says 175 mils of stock, but because the vegetarian mince soaks it up so much quicker, I've gone for 200 mils. So that's 200 mils of stock. Like I say, if you haven't got the vegetarian beef stock, then use vegetable stock. That'll still be absolutely great. So we're going to turn the heat up on this and bring this to a boil, and then we're going to let it simmer for 10 minutes. Okay, so after 10 minutes we've reduced the sauce by about half, and we're going to add 50 grams of frozen peas. And we're going to stir them in. And then to thicken the sauce, we're going to add, I think it's called xanthium gum, which is a gluten-free binding agent. So you only need a little tiny bit of this. So we're going to put in 1/4 of a teaspoon. Sprinkle that over. And we're going to stir that in. Right, and then we're going to assemble. So I've got an oven-proof dish, and we're going to pour in the mince. And then we're going to layer on the potatoes. Once the potatoes are layered on, we are going to season with a bit of salt and pepper. And then we're going to cover with some foil. And then this is going to go in the oven at 180 degrees for 35 minutes. Okay, after 35 minutes, we're going to remove the foil. And we're going to go back in for another 25 minutes. Okay, after 25 minutes we should have some crispy potatoes on top. It's smelling brilliant. So I'm going to let this cool down a little bit. We've got 2 portions here, so I'm going to dish it up and then we'll give it a try. Okay, let's give this a try. Those potatoes are perfect. Yeah, it tastes really nice. It reminds me a bit like a cottage pie, but not a cottage pie because you haven't got the thick gravy, but yeah, it's really nice. Well, that's a winner for me. So keep experimenting, have fun, and I'll see you next time.